Hello again. So I'm going over a few things to decide what to take with me on my next trip to Poland and Ukraine, and perhaps it's useful to show a few of those things. For example, power banks. This is the Miller 102 version 9. I first used the version 3 in 2014 on my trip to Ukraine and to occupied Crimea, Simferopol. At that time I used 18650s from a discarded battery pack from a laptop, which was not a good idea. The cells are really bad, have really low capacity, they're really degraded. So these are good ones, 3.5 amp hour batteries, the Panasonic NCR 18650 GA. I also have the 18650B. Those were the first ones that I bought. I use these as well in pocket lamps, and that is useful. So this I use as a power bank, but also as a charger for the batteries that I use on the trips, but also for the batteries for the pocket lamps. I will show you or talk about these a bit later. So first, this Miller 102, that's really useful because it's so light and small. You can just put it into a pocket of your coat, then the USB cable goes to your phone, and you barely notice it. You can also put it into a coat pocket or something, or even the front pocket of a t-shirt or a shirt. This is a bigger power bank. It's supposed to be 6 amp hours, so about 3.7 times 6, about 20 watt hours in that region. It also has a small solar cell, and yesterday I tested it, and I got to from 14 o'clock to about 17 o'clock. It was quite good sunny yesterday, and then 17 to 19 it was dropping off quite a bit, and I charged the phone with it, and the 852S I'm using, and it only charged it with that amount of power that it got from the sun to 5% extra. So that's not a lot of power. They mentioned in the manual that it's for emergency use. Yeah, if you put it in the sun for a day, you probably get 10% of a phone battery. The phone battery in this phone is 4600 milliamp hours, so you get about 500 or so in that region from a day of charging in full sun, which is not a lot. So it's, as it says in the manual, it's for emergency use only. But I have this older one, and I hooked it up to the power bank. This is one I bought in 2013, and I took it on my a long bike trip through Germany and the Netherlands. I wanted to go to Poland and further, but got a lot of trouble. The front rack broke off and things like that. So I decided to return. So it was only 11 days, thereabouts. And I use it from time to time, but it's putting out the power from the power bank directly to the tap gave me issues, such as the phone suddenly, or the tablet phone suddenly thinking, yeah, it's full, but it's not. And here you can see it's charging with 0.39 amp. At 5 volts, it is 2 watts, which is not a lot. It's supposed to be, I think, 13 watts or so. What it says on here. Let's see where it's. Yeah, where does it say it? Oh no, 3.5 watts. I don't know if it's 3.5 watts in total, so for each cell, or 3.5 watts in total, but it's getting now about 2 watts. So charge current is a bit higher now, 0.44. So I'm going to see how much it does. It should be about 20 watt hours. If it goes with 2 watts, should take 1 day to charge this, which is not bad. It's useful. So I'm going to take this as well on my trip, and so I want to buy a bike when I get to Ukraine, and then put it on the rack and use it to charge a power bank. So direct charging of the a phone or tablet with this solar cell, I'm not going to do, because that gives issue. If you look at the voltage, then you also see that it goes to about 5.7 volts when it's barely loaded. So that's a bit too high, but phones should be able to handle it, especially the newer phones, because they can deal with power delivery, which uses higher voltages. Other things. So I'm going to take, just in case, this is the Lumitop B01, which has not a very good cutoff beam, but it'll be good enough, I think, if I need it. And a battery powered tail lamp as well. And then I get to some bike things and other things. So here I have a Stanley thermos bottle with a button, and I do not recommend using such types of bottles for hot drinks, because you'll burn your tongue probably. For cold drinks this is pretty good, and it fits into the bottle cage. This is actually a pretty useful bottle cage. Someone asked about it in another video where I showed the bike having such a bottle cage. So this is the point retro cage, and you can loosen this and adjust the strap for bigger or smaller bottles. You could even replace the strap if you want to put in much bigger bottles. So you see now it's not tight at all, so bigger bottles fit in. This is about standard bottle size or bottle diameter for bottles used on bicycle cages for bicycles. I showed this already, this computer mount, phone mount. And I bought this. This was very cheap. It is similar to the red one that I showed in another video. So I'm going to take these two with me on my trip. Then we come to pocket lights or flashlights or torches. So in the Netherlands, Germany, they're called pocket lights, which is more useful term, I think. But in any case, so this is the D4V2, which puts out a huge amount of light. I took this on my trip last time. I chose this one with the Nietzsche 219B 4500 Kelvin. And it is too cold, too cool light. It means that especially when I was in Kharkov, it was raining and I was going on a steep road down. It was not a good road. I really needed a lot of light and good light. And with cooler light, you cannot properly assess the state of the road, because the light, it looks like it reflects away all on the wet surface when it's raining. And I had this one with me as well, the Verkos FC11, which I modified. I put a ST20 LED in it with 4000 Kelvin and a TIR, total internal reflection optic. But the optic that I only had one at the time. It was very wide. It was like 60 degrees or more. And I found that it was not enough. I didn't get enough light on the road in such circumstances. So both were not optimal. I do like the D4V2 very much because of the size. You can keep it like this. And I chose the raised ring, which is excellent. But I'll probably order another one with the SST20 4000 Kelvin or the Nietzsche 519A. In I think 3500 Kelvin. That's quite a lot better for all circumstances at night. The colder colors, the higher color temperatures of 4500 and higher, look more whitish, but they are not good, not so easy on the eyes, and not so good to discern the road conditions, especially when it rains. This is a Jazman E2L, which I modified. I removed the Nietzsche 219C 4000 Kelvin and replaced them with the SST20 4000 Kelvin, same as I had in here, which I noticed when testing the them at night in Kharkov, where there was a near complete blackout, that this is much better than this. This is even a little bit warmer. So these LEDs vary from batch to batch. I think 3800 or perhaps even a bit warmer. And it has a tail button, which is easy to find in the dark. This is also easy to find because of the protruding ring. This is excellent. I think I will take these two with me. This is an let's see, Sofern SC31 Pro. It has a lit up button here. You can't really see it now in the light, and even, yeah, it's not so easy to see. This uses, all of them use 18650s, and I replaced the LED in this one, which was an SST 5300 Kelvin, which is just rubbish. A 519A with about 4000 Kelvin, and I shaved a little bit off the dome on the lens, on the LED, and that gives it a bit lower color temperature, so that's probably similar to this one, but a bit more towards purple. The DUV is negative. It's not really noticeable, but slightly, and it makes it look like the beam is whiter. So I think that's it for now. I will let you know how it goes with the test with the power bank and perhaps a few other things. So I'll take a few things with me to outfit a bike, because I'm really picky about all things like grips, etc., that I may not be able to buy there. I will, when I've done the tests or actually use them a lot, I will let you know how this goes, how this works. I will take a standard Elite Icefly bottle with me as well. And yeah, if there's anything else that's interesting, I will make a video about it. Bye for now.